Hey friends, welcome back to a random day on the farm. Today is going to be a lot of fun. I got a lot of projects to do, but first I got to turn this generator off because it's making a bunch of noise. Looks like the Honda's already died, but this generator, you guys may not recall, but this is a Coleman generator that was sent to me about a year ago. It says CG3500i, and the reason I'm talking about this right now is not because there's any point of it in this video, but the point I wanted to talk about it was, in sponsored videos, I only do things that I think we would use here in the farm, and I think things would be helpful to us here in the farm. That has actually been very helpful to us, great for like RVs and stuff like that, plus it's an inverter. But anyway, if you guys haven't watched that video, it's kind of a fun video to make, kind of did this Honda versus that, but we are trying to get everything organized and trying to get the wasp to stop attacking us. That's actually a hornet. This video is not starting off well, is it? Today, I'm gonna be mowing food plots. I'm gonna be mowing trails. I'm also gonna be getting the Ventrac put back together because Holly KO'd the belt and ran over basically an entire forest with a tough cut deck. Not giving her a hard time, glad she helps me. But other thing we're gonna do is we're gonna do a massive fuel storage thing today. Sam is gonna go, Eagle Scout Sam's down there at the barn right now. You can see where the barn lays out from the house. It's kind of a straight shot right through that 1700s cabin. And he's down there moving some things around with a mini skid steer just to kind of clear it out because we are getting concrete next week. That is a very exciting thing. Concrete is really the last thing that needs to get done. That's going to be a big thing. And then it's going to be like doors, and Kyle's going to come back. We're going to do some more electrical from Spicer Designs. Super good dude, awesome. We're just going to have more fun than we're going to do anything, but I'll have electrical when we're done just hanging out, having a good time. I've got the 4058 ready to go. These are all going to get filled in or filled up. Plus I'm going to fill up that Vevor fuel tank. And if you recall, I did a video on that. And I've needed a larger fuel tank solution. And Vevor actually reached out and said, hey, do you want one of these things? I was like, yeah, of course I do. And we use it. So it actually works really well. So, you know, if that's something you're interested in, I'll leave links. Not because I care if you buy them, but for your convenience. Also, the Candy Cowboy E1. This is another one that we did a video on last year. This has actually been pretty rock solid. I know there's a couple other channels with them. Country View Acres, Evan uses his a bunch, and then Capper Outdoors. I know, Joe uses his a bunch, and I mean, it's a really nice little unit. Like, it's a great machine. It's super quiet, and it's nice because you don't really have to get fuel for all this stuff. But anyway, Eagle Scouts, Sam's coming up the driveway. I know this is gonna be a random video, but I want to take you guys along because I think this is gonna be interesting if you really enjoy what we're doing out here. So let's have some fun. Told you, random day. All right, which way is the microphone? Anyway, Eagle Scout Sam is going to be going to college soon. Sam, tell me where you're going to college.
I'm going down to Mississippi State there for architecture, so should be fun.
Are there going to be a bunch of girls down there, Sam?
There should be a lot. It's an SEC school. I mean, what can you say?
Is that why you're going?
Could be part of it.
Architecture, Eagle Scout, great kid, works hard, great young man, I should say. So I told them that we've been clearing out the barn. They're probably sick of seeing the barn. Yeah. So we're gonna do some other projects, and appreciate you guys coming along with us. It kind of seems like I always have a flat tire on the Ventrac, but I'm not sure if that's a Ventrac issue or if that's a Joe and Holly issue. Because Holly really likes to run stuff over. And in Ventrac's defense, they knew that I ran stuff over and I flattened tires a lot. So they sent me a tire sealant for it, and I honestly have just never gotten around to putting the tire sealant in it, so shame on me. Part of the issue is that I bought this with like 20 hours on it, and someone put tubes in there already, and you can't really use the tire sealant then. I really just need to take it, get the tires done right on it, and then to put the sealant in there, but eventually. All right, so our plan is to put this plastic old kind of pallet, which isn't going to break down, it's not going to break, it's not going to crack, and it has some protection under it for lifting, and to ratchet strap that to the Vevor fuel tank. We're going to put it back here, old Mississippi State guy's truck, and then we're going to fill in fuel tanks around it, and Sam's going to go spend a whole lot of money on diesel. Do I have to pay you back?
That'd be nice.
Okay.
Just Chevy Colorado 2019. It's fun. I've done a hyper dip, kind of blacked out the wheels, blacked out some emblems around it. Then I've put some lights on it just recently. which are unnecessary but a whole lot of fun. Put a new grill on it, just better looks and everything. Front plate on it for school I'm going to and everything. Whole lot of fun. Got some lights kind of like on the front around the back here too, just to help if I'm backing up, if I have something on the back of it, like used to mountain bike a lot if I was doing that, see when I'm backing in the driveway or whatever, and it's a lot of fun.
It's nice to see people doing truck things with their trucks and not pavement princesses. It's all right, Brand, it's not like Tony. Tony drives a Ford. Poor guy. All right, so now we need to find a ratchet strap to go across the back. 90 gallons. 90 gallons times 3 equals expensive. Well, we're gonna let the tractor run because the air conditioning is on and it feels great. That is the one biggest thing I'd say about the TYM 4058P, is that the air conditioning is far superior to any tractor I've ever had. But I gotta get a couple things out of the field here. You know, stuff like that. It's just, a bunch of ants, larvae, as they call them. But we will relocate these rocks elsewhere so that these don't end up in a blade or somewhere else. Pretty good sized blades. But if you guys are new here, this is your first time watching the channel, this is kind of a unique video, kind of a hodgepodge. Just a bunch of stuff I have to get done, but I have a blind kind of behind that area of briars. I may kind of trim those things up just to get a little bit of a shooting lane to be able to see stuff, but I'm making this thing huge. This is gonna be about a 3-acre food plot. It's very hilly and kind of slope. I don't know if you can kind of see how it's sloping down. It's one of the reasons why I don't like to till this. I've always done no-till on here, which is where you just kind of kill off the grass or kill off the vegetation, let it die, let the thatch be your top layer, and just cast seed into it, spray it, and kind of hope for the best. I mean, with the drill, that's the best way to do it, but no-till is kind of the only really way I want to do this, because I don't want to have all my topsoil washing down to this low area, which you can see how lush it is down there, because that's what happens anyway. So if I till and pull the soil that way, the rain's going to bring it this way. If I till and bring the soil this way, it's just going to carry that soil. So this is something you have to think about when you have hilly land. And you know, the soil is actually pretty good here. We've got great soil, and we have the ability to really grow anything we want, with the occasional, you know, football sitting in the field. But you know, that's the plan. I want to have a lot more food. I'm going to let this grow up a little bit more of a natural berry between my neighbors, and yeah, this is going to be great this year. What would you guys plant here? Tell me what you think would be the right mix. My turn signal's wrong. Power shuttle engaged. We're off to the races again. And off we go. That's simple. It is so nice in here. Like, I know it's probably loud to you right now, and I'm sorry, but man, the temperature in here is just perfect. Like, it's cold air, and it's 95 degrees today and humid, and this is like, it feels like cold air conditioning. Very good job on the air conditioner on this machine. I think we're gonna let the tractor breathe for a second. I think this looks great. This is going to be probably about 2.5 times the amount of food that we had last year. I've got an old camera here that I'm gonna rip out, which you guys may have seen me put in a while ago. The camera died, and the T-post was too difficult to get out, so I just rammed it with the tractor, and it should be easy. But anyway, again, this is about 3 acres. So what's nice about this is that it does go over that hill, so social pressure is not really impacted. You can plant something in between food plots just so you don't have just like one massive food plot. Large mature deer don't necessarily like having, you know, a whole lot of commotion, a bunch of people around, basically, a bunch of other deer around. So this hill does a really good job for us of where they kind of feel like they have to go over that hill to see what's on the other side, which is where it's a nice deer viewing lane from up there to be able to see what's going on here. I can see what's going on the other side. And then in a second, we're gonna go mow the plot I call Narnia. And Narnia is an excellent place. Clay shot his first deer there last year. My buddy JB shot his first deer there. I think I actually shot my first deer on the property there. It's a fantastic place to hunt, and it's a lot of fun. So let's get this thing out, and maybe I could just yank it out now. I mean, whenever I put that thing in, I was eating my Wheaties. All right, so I'll come in here, clear this stuff out, and then should be good to go. Oh boy, that looks different, doesn't it? So I'm real happy with that. So I came out here about a week ago and sprayed this. It got so high. Y'all, it's been a busy year. I know you guys get busy too. and get tied up with other things, and this becomes less of a priority at that time. Well, when the clock starts saying, hey, it's time to get out there and get the stuff done, this was like super high, so I went ahead and sprayed it first, let it die off for a week, which has really cut down on the material that's in here, because you can see everything's pretty much dead under it, but man, it was so thick with the side-by-side going through here that it was legit. So next step, what I'm going to do, and I did this last year and I loved it, and I'm going to do it again with that 𝑀𝑎𝑖𝑙 brush mulcher on the back of the tractor. So right here, you guys kind of see, I've said before, this is almost like the Coliseum in Greece, right? Like you have all the stands or whatever, and then this is where the bucks will fight, the doe will come out here and eat, and it's just like, it's a real good social area for them. And it's not too big to where they feel uncomfortable, but my blind is up here, and you can kind of see it straight up. I need to take that tree out. So I kind of need to take a mental note, and I'm glad I have the camera because the camera is my mental note, but I'm going to go and cut around up there and then come down and then go back up and then make almost a runway going up to the blind. Last year I brought out that 𝑀𝑎𝑖𝑙 brush mulcher, and I just put that thing to the ground and it scratched the surface up perfectly, and I used Domain's, what was it called? Green Machine, their Green Machine blend. It was perfect, and I'm telling you, I had deer walking up to the blind, walking away. Clay and I were up here just watching. It was amazing. And it drew all kinds of animals in. That setup was so good. Sometimes you have a setup that you just don't change. You don't want to change it. You're going to keep it the way it is because it works. I am going to change a couple things out here, which you guys could probably tell. I've already said I'm going to make a lot more food. And I'm going to make this area a little bit more huntable from that blind. I should have done a bunch of tree pruning. Next year, I'm going to use a skid steer tree saw, and probably in January, when everything's dormant, I'm going to come out here, and a lot of these trees, I'm going to start lopping them off. Too many branches, too many obstacles for someone who likes to send projectiles into the air. So anyway, there's that blind. So I call that one the hilltop blind. From that one, I could see over there. Remember we talked about you can't see from here to the other side? That natural barrier is great. And again, there's another natural barrier with these trees going down into there. So that's my take and sticking with it. This tractor breathes incredibly well. This top, I don't know if it's that top thing or what, but it breathes really, really well. All right, let's get to work. I'll tell you, this time of year, there are more things that want to crawl on you than any other time of the year. We're making progress today, friends. This is going to be awesome. It goes without saying, for those of you that are new to the channel, this is not a hunt and mow it down kind of channel. That's not what it's about. I love watching the wildlife thrive on my property. If I never shoot one, I don't care. I love to watch them more than anything. So I'm probably not a very good hunter. Now, I do take a few a year because it's part of what we like to eat, and it's healthy and it's good for the deer, it's good for us, but don't get it mistaken. These deer, they are treated very well, and they're kind of like pets at this point. Like, cows have it worse than these deer do. I think we've already been through 6,000 pounds of feed, and we have all kinds of mineral blocks for them, for their health. Obviously, we're doing a bunch of things around here so that they don't have social pressure, so they feel calm. It's a good place to be a deer, guys. Not a bad place to be a deer. So now what we're doing is we're coming in around that blind on the backside where I would enter. And I don't think I want to do anything on the front part of that blind just yet. Maybe I will, I haven't decided. But I'm gonna leave that kind of rough right now. Now, this is pretty rough, check this stuff out. I'm gonna go into lower gear here and put my seatbelt on because we're about to go off-roading here, friends. There's the blind, and I'm going to back out of here because I don't want to take all this foliage down. Are we slipping? What are we doing here? Yep, I think we are slipping. We're gonna go to four-wheel drive. Ooh, the four-wheel drive works good. Something came out of the bucket. Oh, that may have been that camera I had. Oops. Yep, let me go grab that. Ugh. Can't go losing cameras. So yeah, well, this is a good opportunity to kind of see the setup. So I need to turn around and I need to kind of make that a little bit more accessible. But first, I gotta get this camera back in the boat. It's a good reminder. Anytime you're on hills like this, make sure you're in 4-wheel drive. I did not do that, that was dumb. You don't see any deer trails through here, which is good. I really don't want deer walking up to my blind, because when I'm walking in the blind, I don't really want them to be hanging out here waiting for me. All right, right here, I'm just gonna keep it 6 feet. I don't really want to make it wider than that. And I'm also gonna do a path going up through there, but I need the brush mulcher for that. Okay, so again, kind of this is the arena, and this is what it looks like when I cut all that stuff. This is just thick, man. It's just like nasty, thick, weedy kind of stuff. And that brush mulcher last year, I remember I hit a root somewhere over here with that brush mulcher, and it just sheared it off. That thing is just, it's a beast. But coming through here again with it, I'm gonna knock this tree out next week, clear this, push this kind of back a little bit more so that that blind is much more visible, and this whole thing will be planted. And what I'll do is I'll kind of maybe plant something that's a little bit more attractive at the front early season, because then it's a good bow shot if I want to bow hunt out of that blind. I usually don't if it's hot. I don't really have a desire to bow hunt when it's super, super hot. But man, this looks great. Look at this, guys. We are getting ready for fall. And I'll tell you, this little tree canopy is really nice because it makes it cooler here. You put a picnic table, just hang out. The deer are gonna wanna hang out here because it's gonna be cool. We should put some like nice bedding and stuff on both sides, like some miscanthus grass or switchgrass or something. I mean, Tennessee's kind of hard because in Tennessee, you know, we have really, really hot summers, and establishing grass can be really difficult sometimes. All right, let's go check out this fueling situation that we have, and then we may be wrapping up, guys. We may be wrapping up. We're in good shape. All right, tractor work is done. Took the rotary cutter off the tractor, so we are done with that for the day. And I'm gonna head down here and take a look at this fuel setup that we have. Sam, you know, Eagle Scout Sam, he's going to the lake with some buddies, so he's leaving us. There's probably some girls involved. I don't know, we were all that age at one point. So he's a good young man, very helpful, and I'm glad we have a lot of fuel. What I don't have is diesel treat though, so I'll have to order some of that. It feels like on a farm, you're always ordering something, or you feel like you should order something, or you're looking for something, always. So let's take a look down here and I'll show you guys kind of what the building looks like before concrete, because next video should be concrete. Lord, I hope it's concrete. All right, let's roll. It's funny, Sam has really kind of fallen in love with this MP9. It's a really nice machine, but he always wants to drive this one. It's just, we all gravitate to one or the other. Okay, we should be fully evicted from the building, and it looks like we are. Sam did a good job. Good job, Sam. Everything's out of here, the shovels, all that stuff, all Kyle's, you know, Kyle's nonsense he had over there. All this stuff is cleared out. The only thing you'll see in here, there's a blue bucket. That blue bucket is part of the plumbing. They wanted that blue bucket there and the concrete poured around it. I think it's so they could dig around a drain if they ever needed to. Again, auto lift, like all the stuff is here. This looks great. We are ready. This is a really solid base. We ran a compactor on this for about 3 days. So this is insanely compact And yeah, obviously the concrete guys will do a little bit of concrete work before they start pouring. I will tell you guys what I paid, because I know a lot of people are interested in it. Maybe I'll do a video just kind of going over the numbers of what the barn was. You know, I hate doing stuff like that because it's like, you know, it may be different where you are and you feel like you either got a bad deal or you feel like you got a good deal. Truth is, I'm in Middle Tennessee. I can't build a barn in Alaska. You know what I mean? Like, I live here, so whatever contractors here charge is kind of what you have to pay. Had a ton of questions about this tractor recently. So this is my Coyote RX 7320. Yes, I still own it. Yes, I still love it. I think it's a great tractor. I think it's a great machine. It's been very good to me. Had a couple issues with it that we started off rough. At 12 hours, I kept getting check engine lights, and they had to redo the computer. They put a new computer in it, and then they had to reflash it and go back to the old software. And then at 12 hours, my synchronizer wasn't right, so they had to split my tractor, take the cab off, put the cab back on, put it back together, probably not in that order. And I mean, I was not super happy about having my brand new, you know, expensive tractor split and put back together. But my dealer, Larivstow Sand Equipment, they told me, they're like, hey, listen, just be calm. You know, we're going to take care of you. And I trusted them, and I've never had another issue. So love the tractor, excellent machine, insanely powerful. What's crazy about this tractor though, is that the size of it looks big. This is almost the same size as the 4058. It just has different tires. If you put these tires on the 4058, I think you'd be shocked of the size comparison, because it's a very similar size. And no, this bucket does not belong to this tractor. This belongs to the 2515, which is why it looks ridiculous. Had a lot of questions asked me if I'm going to sell it, and the truth be told, not planning on it. I mean, it's a great tractor, and I don't know where the TYM thing, I don't know if I'll do another contract with them, or if they want to do one with me, or if that's something our family even wants to keep doing. I don't know. We'll see kind of what happens when that happens. But so far, very happy with TYM machines. And if I wasn't happy with them, I'd tell you. And they could just fire me if they wanted to. I don't know. All right, so Vevor, Las Vegas. Diesel tank is full-ish. So that gauge still doesn't really say full. Not sure why, but it looks pretty darn full to me. So Vevor, whatever your name is, your gauges aren't very good. Oh, Sam, we forgot. He's young, guys. He's learning. When this Vevor thing showed up, I made fun of it because they sent like this janky little lock, but I'm actually going to use the janky lock right now because I don't really want anybody using my fuel. I don't know, nobody's going to, but I mean, it's a lot of money to having fuel just sitting there, so figure I'd lock it up. You guys should see the angles that we get into to do YouTube videos. That lock is a turd. We're not locking that. You want free fuel? It's right there, guys. Help yourself. By the way, today, I took the flail mower out on the 2515 again and knocked all this thick stuff down. I didn't film it because it was like, I've already done a video on it, and I don't really know why I would have to keep telling the story, but I remember thinking today, while I was filming this, come check this out. While I was filming this, I was like, you know what? I think I could tell you that you could buy that big mower for the 2515. That's how thick that stuff was. And that's what the flail mower did. I was shocked. I mean, 25 horsepower PTO tractor. I mean, clearly that flail works excellent on anything more than that, but on 25 horsepower, that's just crazy. But everything's gonna need a bath, guys. Skid steer needs a bath. Mini skid needs a bath. Side-by-sides need a bath. I need a bath. We all need baths. There's a new tiller I'm gonna be trying out. It's pretty awesome. Excited about that. And guys, God is good. We are moving forward. So in a few days, like I said, concrete's showing up. They're gonna pour this pad, well, not this pad, that pad in there. And a lot of folks were talking about doing an apron here. I think you're right. I think I'm gonna do an apron. I gotta get some money put together to do that because it's expensive. But I think what I'm gonna do is the shop floor is 100% necessary. We're almost towards fall, and this has to get done. So when the shop floor is done, I may just put some gravel, a base here, just to get in and out until we can kind of get some some funds together to get this done. And yeah, next video we'll be showing that. And then I'm also gonna have a video going back to that food plot, tilling with that new tiller, and potentially doing some other food plot stuff. Some new stuff that I haven't done before out in the deer woods, I'm excited about. So guys, I really appreciate it. I know this video is random, it's long, and it's really rambling. I feel like I'm rambling, so you guys must be bored by now too. So if you're watching this long, you're a diehard, and I want you to know how much I appreciate you, how grateful I am that I can share this with you. And you know, kind of like I started out the video, you know, a lot of this stuff that's out here, you know, none of this stuff matters, man. You know, friendships matter, people matter. This stuff is actually really cool. It's fun to have a sponsor or people that you're partnered with equipment, because it helps us get so much done. Like, we are light years ahead of where we would have been if we didn't do that. But those relationships also have expiration dates, I'm sure. So, you know, after all those things are gone, I hope you guys will stick with us. And I'm just grateful that you're here today. So I'll catch you in the next one. Joe the Farmer, we out.